India's war victory over Pakistan and the Modi government's suspension of the Indus Water Treaty with the terror state has really inspired Afghanistan. Now reports claim Afghanistan is constructing its own dam on the Kunar River, a key tributary of the Kabul River, which eventually flows into Pakistan and the Indus. So Pakistan will soon have to pay for its terror policies, as both India and Afghanistan are in no mood to compromise. This even as social media is abuzz with claims that the Taliban has allowed the Indian military to use the Bagram airbase, which would see Indian army surround Pakistan from both sides.
कि भाई भारत को बगराम एयरबेस का ऑफर मिला है.
Now, while such news would rattle Munir and also US President Trump, there is no official confirmation of the same yet.
We're going to keep Bagram, the big air base, one of the biggest air bases in the world. We gave it to him for nothing.
What is certain is just like the Indus Water Treaty is dead, now Afghanistan will build its own dam on rivers flowing into Pakistan after fierce border clashes on the Afghan-Pakistan border sparked by unprovoked Pakistani airstrikes in Kabul. In fact, Pakistanis are so rattled that they claim they will bomb any dam built by the Afghans.
Only one bombing mission or with 10 साल पीछे.
It seems Bunker Munir's strategy has backfired and it is the Pakistanis who will pay the price. Maybe Munir should once again run to Trump and beg the US president to open the taps. However, Trump is himself busy counting the cost of US fighter jets falling from the skies like 10 pins after another US F-A-18 fighter jet crashed, this time in the South China Sea, after 2 US fighter jets were lost fighting the Houthis in Yemen, who don't even have a professional army. But what is this mega Afghan dam project that has rattled Pakistan? How India too has built the Friendship Dam in Afghanistan? And does this mean that Pakistan is set to face an overwhelming water crisis? Russian media outlets reported that after the deadly clashes along the Durand Line, the Afghanistan's Taliban government has decided to restrict water flowing into Pakistan. This as the Taliban and Pakistan talks in Turkey hit roadblocks, where Pakistan delegation was reportedly seen begging the Afghans to cease firing. Amid the border clashes, Taliban Supreme Leader Akhundzada expressed urgency to build the dam on the river as fast as possible. Muhajir Farahi, the Deputy Minister of Information, stated that the Afghan Ministry of Water and Energy would begin construction of the dam promptly. Farahi wrote on platform X, His Highness has instructed to start the construction of the dams at Kunar as soon as possible to enter into agreements with internal companies and not wait for foreign companies, unquote. Rushing to turn off Pakistan's tap, especially after the ties hit rock bottom following the deadly border clashes, Taliban's public assertion about the right to water means that it is following India's playbook. The crucial announcement was made a few months after Taliban Army General Mubin made an inspection visit to the Kunar area. He further urged the government in Kabul to collect funds and construct not one but several dams on the river, adding that the water was like their blood and they wouldn't allow it to flow out of their veins. Now, in the past, Afghanistan had invited India for several key development projects, including cooperation on hydropower and dam construction, most notably through the Afghan-India Friendship Dam or the Salma Dam, and a recent agreement to develop new hydroelectric projects. So does India have a role to play in this new dam construction on the Kunar River? The 480-kilometer long Kunar River originates in the Hindu Kush Mountains of northeastern Afghanistan near the Brogil Pass, close to the Pakistan border. It flows southward through Kunar and Nangarhar provinces before crossing into Pakistan's Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, where it joins the Kabul River near the city of Jalalabad. The Kunar is called the Chitral River in Pakistan. The Kabul River, which joins the Kunar, is the largest and most voluminous trans-boundary river between Afghanistan and Pakistan. It later joins the Indus River near Attock and is crucial for the irrigation and other water needs of Pakistan as well as the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa region. Kunar River serves as a crucial water source for irrigation, agriculture and civil needs in Afghanistan first and then later in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. A reduction in the water flow of the Kunar River would have a cascading effect downstream on the Indus River and thus would hit Pakistan's Punjab and the Sindh regions downstream as well. Now, the Taliban's move to limit the water flowing into Pakistan echoes steps taken by India after the terror attack in Jammu and Kashmir's Pahalgam on the 22nd of April. Immediately after the massacre of Hindu civilians by Pakistan-based Islamic terror group, the Narendra Modi government in New Delhi took the boldest step and suspended the Indus Water Treaty for good. IWT is a 65-year-old deal to share waters of the Indus and its tributaries. However, it has lost its relevance due to Pakistan's terror activities as well as India's own population needs. What scares Pakistan even more is the fact that it shares no water treaty with Afghanistan, meaning there is no immediate recourse to force Kabul to stand down, no arbitrators or international bodies for Pakistan to go begging to. And that has raised fears of Pakistan-Afghan violence spiraling even further. In fact, Pakistan and Afghanistan are inching closer to an all-out war-like situation after stalled peace talks in Istanbul. Both sides have blamed each other for the deadlock. What's amusing is that Pakistanis, since they don't have their own historic identity and are just a failed British experiment, have named their missiles on historic Afghan figures like Ghaznavi or Ghazi. Now Pakistanis want to change the name of their missiles, but they don't have any historical figures of their own to name them after.
अफगानिस्तान के साथ कशीदगी है, हमारे मिसाइलों के नाम अभी तक गजनवी, गौरी और अब्दाली।
ये महमूद गजनवी तो है नहीं है, वो तो लूट मार करके वापस चला जाता था।
Afghanistan state media RTA stated its negotiators made every effort to hold constructive talks, unlike the Pakistani camp, which countered by accusing the Afghans of showing stubbornness and a lack of seriousness. Despite agreeing on a ceasefire in Doha on the 19th of October, Afghanistan and Pakistan could not find common ground in the second round of talks in Turkey. But what started the recent violence? Afghanistani capital Kabul was rocked by explosions on the night of 9th of October as Pakistan conducted cross-border airstrikes targeting TTP leader Noor Wali Mahsood. Now, as always, Pakistani Air Force failed to hit its target, and Mahsood later released a video message saying he is well. Pakistani attack, however, coincided with Afghanistan Foreign Minister's week-long visit to India, which had rattled the Pakistani military leadership. Following this, the Taliban launched an attack on Pakistani border posts, capturing several of them and taking many Pakistani troops as prisoners. Videos of Pakistani troops begging for mercy went viral online. Pakistan launched retaliatory attacks leading to several deaths on Taliban's side as well. Now the fear of a two-front war has gripped Pakistan.
तो ये टू फ्रंट वॉर जो है ये पाकिस्तान की तारीख में एक नया वाक़या है.
Meanwhile, Afghanistan is seeking to reset ties with India as its foreign minister paid a visit to New Delhi on an 8-day-long visit in October. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar announced on the 10th of October that India will upgrade its technical mission in Kabul now to the status of an embassy. Jaishankar also handed over multiple ambulances and a goodwill gesture while both the sides worked together on healthcare, infrastructure development and skill development of Afghans. India also agreed to deepen its engagement in several other development cooperation projects, particularly in sectors of healthcare, public infra and capacity building inside Afghanistan. On the economic front, both sides welcomed the commencement of the India-Afghan air freight corridor, which will further enhance direct trade and commerce between the two countries. However, the most important development was the Taliban officially and implicitly recognizing Kashmir as a part of India and condemned the Pahalgam terror attack by Pakistan-backed terror group in Kashmir. MEA stated, External Affairs Minister expressed his deep appreciation to Afghanistan for its strong condemnation of the terror attack in Pahalgam, Jammu and Kashmir, India on 22nd April 2025, as well as for the sincere condolences and solidarity expressed with the people and government of India, unquote. Afghanistan's recognition of Kashmir as part of India is the right step in correcting a historic mistake. Jammu and Kashmir ruler Maharaja Hari Singh legally and lawfully acceded the whole of Kashmir to India in 1947. Yet, even today, some parts of Kashmir remain under illegal Pakistani occupation. Now with India and Afghanistan uniting, Pakistan faces nightmare on both fronts, not just militarily, but also for its water security. But what do you believe? Should India and Afghanistan deepen their alliance even further against a terror state like Pakistan? Leave a comment with your opinion, hit the like button and subscribe to Inconnect News.